The island of Sodor is surrounded by a beautiful blue sea. It has fields with green and sandy yellow beaches. There are rivers, streams, and lots of trees where the birds sing. There are windmills and a coal mine, and docks of visitors for the island arrive. The island also has lots and lots of railway lines. Who's that puffing down the track? It's Thomas. Hello, Thomas. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the island of Sodor.
Ghost of the Railway. One time a year when it turns pitch black, the haunt of whiteness wanders down the track. Whenever it approaches to a long dark tunnel, it may pinch your wheels and scrap your funnel. Excuse me, stop this conversation this minute, said Thomas. Now what are you talking about? I'm talking about some ghost engine, replied Percy, that my driver told me about. Thomas took no notice. He remembered the time when Toby and Percy played a trick on Thomas and made Thomas thought that Percy looked like a ghost. If this is another one of your tricks, I'm not falling for that again. Luckily Percy had no time to play tricks on Thomas because he was on his way to collect the mail train. Then the foreman came to see Thomas's driver. We have a night special to take to Elsbridge Station. Do you want to pull the train? Yes, please, said Thomas's driver. Thomas was delighted. Thomas knew where he was, even in the dark. He liked running at night. The rails hummed, signal lights shone green. Thomas finally got to Elsbridge Station. Sir Handel was waiting for him. You're early, Thomas, said Sir Handel. Did you meet the ghost engine? Don't be silly, Sir Handel, said Thomas. There's no such things as ghosts. Well, maybe or maybe not. And Sir Handel told Thomas the story about the ghost engine who travelled down the forbidden track near Elsbridge Station. Nobody had been that way for a long time. Thomas wasn't scared, but then the driver came with a message for him. We got another goods train to take along that old track, said his driver. Good luck, Thomas, said Sir Handel, and watch out for the ghost engine. Thomas ignored him. Thomas was puffing along the forbidden track. In the fog, he saw shadows and strange and scary shapes. No such things as ghosts, he said nervously. Then he saw a signal. It was red. He had to stop. Thomas waited and waited, but the signal stayed red. There must be something wrong with that signal, muttered his driver. I'll go and see. Thomas was all alone, but then he heard a strange noise. What was that? He thought. Then he heard an echoey voice. It's the haunted track, it said. Moo! Thomas! Thomas hoped it wasn't a ghost. Then he saw a ghostly glowing lamp coming towards him. Help! Cried Thomas. It's a ghost! Thomas puffed backwards as fast as he could. He was so busy gazing at that ghostly glowing lamp, he didn't watch where he was going, and so the back of his train hit something hard and derailed. Now Thomas couldn't move. The ghostly glowing lamp was coming nearer and nearer. Help! Cried Thomas. But it wasn't a ghost. It was Rusty. What's the matter, Thomas? Asked Rusty. Thomas was relieved, but then he heard the strange echoey voice again. Ooh! It is a ghost! Cried Thomas. I'll see to it, said Rusty, and shone his lamp brightly round the corner. It was Duncan, making the strange echoey noises. Duncan, said Rusty, I thought you had something to do with this. Hello, Duncan grinned innocently. Thomas was relieved it wasn't a ghost, but he was very cross with Duncan. It was morning when Thomas got back to the station. Sir Handel was waiting. Did you have a good trip, Thomas? He asked. And did you meet the ghost engine? Well, not really, teased Thomas. Sir Handel was surprised. What do you mean? He asked. I love to stay and chat, said Thomas, but I can't. Got to see a coach about a train. Rusty was none the worse for his adventure. He pulled up next to Sir Handel. Sir Handel told Rusty what Thomas had said. It wasn't a ghost, replied Rusty. It was Duncan pretending to be one and tried to scare Thomas. Sir Handel was now very cross.